Hi, my name is Lina. I'm part of a GYC association from Romania as well as Prisma European Network. And today I am at the European Commission with.
Hello, everybody. I'm Eva Hrncirova, and I'm a spokesperson of the European Commission. Among my topics is also intergenerational fairness.
And today we're going to discuss a little bit about what has the European Commission done related to the youth sector mostly, as well as the future skills for the future generations. So let's just dive in. My first question to you, Eva, is do you think today's education system are really preparing young Europeans for the future work or just for the past?
That's a really good question. Thank you for that. And I think the intergenerational fairness is exactly something what can answer this question. So that's why we have also opened this panel, which was opened back in September by Commissioner Glenn Mikalev, and which has brought 150 citizens from all around Europe so that they can tell us not only about education, but also about how would they like to see the connection between the generations. And now we have already the final recommendations, and we can see that most of the recommendations that we were given by the citizens are about education. So this panel was a super important input for the European Commission, and now we will build up on this. We will analyze their responses. We will try to get as much out of it as possible. But we see that basically citizens in Europe understand that education is not just a member states level, but a lot can be done also on the European level.
Thank you so much. How can the EU ensure that future generations are not just a concept, but a real stakeholder in decision making?
I think this panel is the best proof. I think this panel is the best proof that stakeholders are involved into our policies, because this is democracy. We have democracy here in the European Union, and this is a democracy in action. Basically, these citizens panel are becoming like a regular feature of our policies, and we had already more than 10 of the citizens panel. Citizens regularly contribute to the topics that are later on the policy topics, and that are later on agreed by the College of the Commissioner and by the member states. So we do our best. Obviously, when we are speaking about intergenerational fairness, it's also important to talk about Erasmus Plus, because Erasmus Plus and Erasmus in general is one of the main achievements, I would say, of the European Union, and Erasmus became a really important brand around EU and kind of changed the thinking about education, because Erasmus is enabling young people to travel around Europe, to get skills and experiences and to study all around EU. And this is a super important topic of the education, and this is how we try to prepare, to get back to your question, the young people for the future world. Because I think with this experience of Erasmus, they absorb what they will really need and be useful for them in future.
Thank you so much. Now talking about young people and Erasmus program as well, what is the skill of that is going to be the new literacy of the 21st century in your opinion?
Yeah, that's a very good question, because skills are really changing. You know that in this world, mainly technologies is something what we need to learn, what we need to address. So when we are speaking about skills of the 21st century, maybe we can speak about artificial intelligence. We know that the labor market will be very much impacted by the artificial intelligence. The assessment is that basically more than half, 60% or something like this, of the jobs will be changed and will go through a change due to artificial intelligence. So what do we need? We need to get the people to learn how to work with the artificial intelligence. We need people to upskill and reskill and to enable them to work with the artificial intelligence. On the other hand, we also need to know how to use the artificial intelligence in a useful and effective way for humans. Artificial intelligence should be our servant. Artificial intelligence should not rule rule us. So this is also about ethical aspects of using artificial intelligence. And hand in hand with this, I think, goes what we as a humans can offer. And this is something what artificial intelligence doesn't have. So next to the skills connected to artificial intelligence, we will also use creativity. We will also need critical thinking. We will need emotional intelligence. We will need some more skills that artificial intelligence is not able to have. So the connection of this hopefully will be the future.
Thank you so much. This is very insightful. We actually, during the first day of our panel, tried to talk with some participants and also influencers from the media. And we actually asked them what are the skills of the future. And they mentioned the exact skills that you did as well: emotional intelligence, creativity, critical thinking as well. And we also filmed some content related to the future skills. And I think it's really important for the new technology era that we are living in right now to focus on those skills that are can be integrated with AI as well, but also they don't lose the human empathy in that.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's hope for that.
Exactly. And because you also mentioned the job market that is going to be affected or influenced by the AI and all the technology that is now creating our world. If you could, though, redesign the job market in Europe for the year 2035, what would you change first?
I'm not the person who can change the job market, but if I speak about the policies of European Commission, main aspect of the changes at the job market would be inclusivity. Inclusivity in terms of getting everybody or the most possible number of people to the job market. Because, for example, just only last year, we have created nearly 2 million of new jobs, which is good. But still, we have tens of millions of people that are out of the job market. And we would obviously need to integrate them and to give them opportunities so that they can contribute to the European economy and competitiveness. So it means that we would like to get to the job market also, for example, elderly people in a flexible way so that they can still contribute if they want. We need to tackle gender imbalances. We need to have more women, for example, in the IT jobs. But hand in hand with this goes that we need to offer to women also some establishments for their children. We need to take care about the childcare if we want more women at the job market. We need to get also migrants to the job market, obviously the positive migration, so that we can retain and we can attract the talent that we have, the huge potential that we have in Europe, and that we can use it obviously for the benefit of Europe. So inclusion, I think, is the main thing that we need to think about when we speak about the changes of the future labor market.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. We actually at Jake, we have an inclusion policy. We have drafted it just 1 year ago. And with our inclusion policy, we want to foster civic participation among young people from different economic backgrounds, geographic backgrounds, with health issues, and not only. So we really do care about inclusion as well in our organization, and we try to engage with people from different backgrounds.
Maybe I can add to this that in a couple of weeks we are going to present a Quality Jobs Act, which will be the legislative based also already on the Union of Skills that we have, a legislative that will bring changes to the labor market and that will ensure that people can have jobs that are beneficial for them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely need that. And my last question to you is, how can institutions like the European Commission become future skills incubators and not just policy makers?
European institution is a policymaker. That's obviously our main task, and we propose the legislation that is then agreed by the member states and by the European Parliament. So in that sense, the cooperation among so-called co-legislators is crucial. But if we speak about this, how to be more, then I would say investment. We have talked already about many European funding programs. We have plenty of them. In the next MFF, we try to simplify a bit and make it a bit more clear and accessible for the European citizens. But we need simply investments in the right directions so that we can support all the upskilling and reskilling and education that we need. For example, we have European Social Fund Plus that is worth of 42 billion, and that is based on skill developments and helping with this technological change, for example, AI or other things. We also support digital literacy because we know that in Europe, not all the people are digital savvy, and we have our plan how to approach more digital skills. And then I've talked already about Erasmus. We have just this week launched a call for Erasmus Plus for next year, which is worth of more than 5 billion of euros. And this is basically about modernizing education, giving trainings, and enable people to learn what they need for future.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Eva, for your input. They are very insightful. And to conclude our discussion, I would like to say that I hope to see you in the future panels as well, and then to see the updates from the European Commission on preparedness and as well all the other policies that you've been mentioning.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for your engagement, because this is a crucial input for European Commission, and we are happy to have you.